there, Retro Trek Ralph here. Got another Star Trek Ships of the Line calendar review. This time it's 2013. So let's start off with the cover. We have the Enterprise D there. Looks like it's from the pilot episode of the the Encounter at 4 Point. This is the grid that Q would have put out to stop the Galaxy class starship getting itself to Farpoint to find the mystery of Farpoint Station. Very oddball sort of design, like a line and a question, like an exclamation mark with a dot and the lines. Different, but it's what they used to do for the CGI back then, the late 80s. It was quite good. Good detail on the windows on here. You can actually see a lot of stuff in there. So really good, that one. Quite a good picture and representation of the one of the first scenes we saw with the Galaxy class. So we're not here for the covers. Let's get on with January. Now here, let's get this in the middle. Nearly. There we go. A bit of that side will do me. Right, the USS Enterprise, the original NCC 1701, with it on convoy duty against 3 DY 100s or 500s or whichever's they use in Space Seed. Never realised that they actually did use these after the eugenics wars, but I don't know. It's a different sort of take on it. Some lovely design work on here on the nacelles. Looks really well realistic. I guess they've got some pictures here of something or other inside. It looks like the deck. There's something behind there. Can't really tell what they are. Really nice little picture. That's really nice picture. That one. I'm enjoying that one. Yeah. Right then, on to February now. Oh, if you're watching all of these calendar reviews, you'll notice that this is a concept, because these look like real people down here that they actually put. These isn't. Yeah, I'd put money that the real part of here is there to there. That's the set, because these people look real. They were real, and you can see a matte painting here, because this is from the shuttle bay of the refit Enterprise from Star Trek 1, Star Trek Motion Picture. Cargo bay matte painting from Motion Picture. Because all you saw, you didn't really see the shuttle bay, apart from this angle here where you've got a travel pod moving through. But these bits look like the cargo hatches, extra shuttle bays underneath the actual shuttle deck, worker bees inside. There's a lot of stuff. If you actually watch the motion picture, you will see that there's a lot of matte paintings or a lot of pictures, end of corridors that people will walk towards and then veer off, and it looks like it's going off into the distance, but it's not. It's a picture that's been put on the end of the corridor to give the idea of the distance. Same as here, they're not real. You can tell with a matte picture there, but like I said, that's probably as real as you're gonna get. The edge shading on here is probably the end bit as well. Not real, but still gives it more depth than just taking a picture of this little corner here. Amazing work, but it actually gives you more depth of how the shuttle bay, the back end of the Enterprise was. Amazing stuff. Amazing thought into some of this. Right, we have the XCV 330. An ion drive of this one. There's explosions behind and it carried itself across, and I believe that is the Aventine, which that's the second time the Aventine's been in the calendar. So we've got the model, that one for Eaglemoss, and that one's for Eaglemoss. You could make that one, make that picture from the Eaglemoss models. Love the kit there, love the models. And that was obviously from the wall in the recreation deck on the refit Enterprise Star Trek 1. Aventine completely fictitious. Never seen it anywhere. Looks really, really good. Shame that the model was only the smaller type, but it's fine. I'll let that go. Quite happy with it as it is. A lot of panel work on here. Lovely that. So on to March. Now this looks like the end of one of the series of the Enterprise series, with the Spitfires or the American whatever they are. Not Spitfires, yeah. The American fighter planes attacking the shuttle pod, and the Enterprise coming down to try and rescue them. Some great detail on this. Time Bandits. A good film, that one, Time Bandits. I remember it from the 80s. Very much quite like a Monty Python sort of film, but not Monty Python. Really good, that one. Let's go on to Doug Drexler picture there. Task Force. That one's the that has to be, one of these has to be the Columbia. NX-01, that has to be Columbia then. NX-02, oh, hold on. There's a saucer. There's a deflector dish, which must mean that NX-03. We never saw the Columbia and the Enterprise, but there must have been more ships being built over the decades that they actually the timeline's meant to be. It's definitely NX-01, so that's Enterprise. Strange how Doug Drexler did this one, but his idea of season 5 for Enterprise was with the extra bit on the hull underneath. But this obviously would have been the third ship there, because there were only 2 in the original series of Enterprise. That this would be actually probably series 5, 6 when another ship come along, but he hasn't got that on. Naughty, naughty Doug. Why does that say Ali Rich 2017? I'd be wrong. Oh, that's 2013. It must be 2013. Right, we have a copy picture here. Now, we've had one before where they've had the lighting round the end of the nacelles and then the white nacelles lit up as well on a previous calendar. But tall ship, this looks like Star Trek 5, where they were going up in the shuttlecraft, what Uhura just picked everybody up in, flying towards the Enterprise, which was a refit, Enterprise A. And just a recreation of that. Looks really interesting, that. Yeah, I quite like that. Still looks different on the back with the impulse engines there, and the shuttle bay fully open, ready to receive the Galileo. Now, if you remember all the calendars from before this, you'll know that the middle pages is going to be something different. Last few ones have had diagrams of ships that have been inside it. So what we got on here then? No, that's completely different again. 1701 meets 1701D and clouds. That looks really good. That's a really good poster. That with the lights on here for the warp engines do look so realistic. But that's out of time, because that is a refit kind of circa end of 23rd century shuttlecraft that they had on Star Trek 5. Yeah, thought I wouldn't spot it out. Again, you've got the impulse engines lit when you're still attached to the main hull, but okay, I'll let that go. Well, definitely that's out of time. Looks good though. Looks really good. Yeah. Temporal intersect. I suppose there's some parts of comic books where they would have met, crossed over and stuff, so okay. I'll give them license to include the comic books on the yeah, you have my permission, you have my blessing to do the comic book adaptations. So July, back onto the refit Enterprise. A start steerer by. Now, again, if this is a copy of the last scene we saw this ship in, that was Enterprise A. The last scene we saw this in was blowing up towards the Genesis planet, trying to save Spock. Like I said, this is definitely probably my favourite ship of all. It just looks so much updated. I love the lines and the angles and the lighting on this. Just get it so much of a cleaner and more usable than the cylindrical Enterprises from the original series. Oh, I love the ship, that. Just where the hull would reflect all the lighting and stuff. Yeah, lovely that. We have the Copernicus. I have a painting of a matte drawing. Copernicus leaving possibly Shuttle Bay 2, yeah, on the Enterprise D. Or if not, one of those Galaxy class ones. We've got a Work B, an updated Work B there, which you never really saw in the series, but they were there. They were part of a concept and never really used. Yeah, Enterprise. Phaser bank down here just in case, or is that a what do you call it? Tractor beam, possibly. Copernicus out. Yeah, quite good, that one. Different, very different, very good. September comes along, and what are we having here? United Starship. And that looks like phalanx. Yeah. NCC 74998 in dry dock. This looks like the same ship that we were chased by the Borg on the last one. I think it might have been. Actually, haven't we had this model before on... Yeah, haven't we had this model before with the Voyager episode? We're the one that keep dumping all the toxic waste around the galaxy. That's a little odd. I'm trying to suss out what ships these are as well, with the orange nacelles as well. Maybe the Delta Quadrant, by the time this was released, is I don't know. Looks like it's on a refit, because you've got some shuttle escape pods missing over here. Definitely like a good ship in a space dock. Really, really, really good. Eaglemoss, if you're ever listening to these, please do as a ship in a space dock. Right, and on to October. Okay, Ghosts of Maxia. Ah, this will be the Next Generation episode, where where Picard was attempting to destroy the Enterprise D. But did he not fire? I don't think he fired, did he? With a Stargazer against the Enterprise D. He wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes, if that. But to see the differences and the similarities between the Stargazer and the refit Enterprise, with the engines, 2 lots of nacelles, no, impulse engines, 4 nacelles on the top, 1 pylon and splits off, and this dish on here, which is just another refit Enterprise Constitution class, where the nacelles supposed to go there, and this lumping thing dumped over top of it, then extra padding round the edges, which make the ship look smaller, but it should actually make it really, really big. But I don't know. When I look at this, I think, oh, that's just a shuttle bay. That's just one deck of a shuttle bay, but it's not. There were 2 decks on this, and that should make it thicker, but it doesn't. Yeah, quite good. October to November. November, Wheel in the Sky, the Deep Space Nine station. Looks like we've got yet again an Enterprise D coming in, in-docked. You have a Chaffee, one of the Defiance shuttlecraft. Any other ships apart from the Excelsior coming through the wormhole? It's good everything's lit up blue. You could put a light here as well and think everything's being lit up blue as well over here. Really, really good. There's a good atmosphere and a good depth to it. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And on from November, we have the final picture, December. NCC 1755. Now that's a different ship together again. Is that a... I was going to say this is one of the JJ verse ones. The reboot ones, but it's not. Kind of looks-ish. But it's not. Shuttle bay is the same. The saucers potentially refit, potentially not. That's a mishmash. Quite a few different styles, that, isn't it? Asteroid mapping. Can't tell the ship. No idea what ship it is. But I do like looking at these people's imaginations of these ships, the different types, what they can come out with. Really, really good. Yeah. So that's December done. Onto the back. We have the customary now recap of everything. Small little pictures of every single one of them, which is really nice to see. You can just look through and see what's what without having to open them. But that's the end of that one. That's 2003 over and done with. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all the usual gubbins. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.